welcome to another exciting edition of Hot Takes with me, your host, Zach Gardner, Chief Architect here, Keyhole Software. My hot take today is, should you repatriate your software from the cloud back on-prem? In 99.9999995, give you a little wiggle room, percent of the cases, absolutely not. And here's why. When most people approach how to answer this question, the mistake that they make is reading some article on Hacker News of how Basecamp decided to repatriate their software from AWS back on-prem. Simply because a large company is doing something has no bearing on whether you should or shouldn't do that. Much like if all your friends are jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge, should you necessarily jump off the Brooklyn Bridge? No. What you should do is instead ask yourself, why are all the people that I consider close acquaintances deciding to plunge from such a large height down to a body of water? That why, that is the more important question than the what. The mistake that we often make is we will see different entities that we sometimes admire making choices. We never stop to ask ourselves, why exactly were they making that choice? And more importantly, is that choice that they are making applicable to my situation? Now, in almost every scenario that I could possibly think of when I was coming up with this hot take, if you have an application that was written to run on the cloud, that has fundamental assumptions about what services are going to be available, what different technologies, what managed services especially are running under the covers, if you haven't done a proper total cost of ownership analysis, if you haven't really thought through what it would take to run your code on-prem that was running on the cloud, you're setting yourself up for failure. And if you really want to see code spectacularly fail, take that code, even if it's a Docker container, and try to run it in such a way that it was fundamentally not designed or architected to be ran for. And you will see what a glorious mess it will make. Software is one of the hardest things that we as human beings have ever come up with. It is completely conceptual. It is completely virtual. It has no existence in the real world other than in the ones and the zeros that go through these transistors. And it is designed for very bespoke use cases. As soon as we take it from a place where it was meant to run and move it from a place where it was not meant to run, it's not so easy, especially when you consider all of the different services that it takes to run software in the cloud. I mean, if you haven't thought about the cost of hiring a Kubernetes administrator, all the different hardware that you'll need, there's so many hidden things that we as software architects get to take advantage of with our code running on the cloud that it would simply be cost prohibitive if we were to try to run it on-prem. You might not see that up front, but if you truly think through all the reasons why a large company would do it, it makes sense for them because they can hire for those roles. Almost every small and medium-sized company cannot do that. Their human resources department is not set up for that. Their technical departments, their IT departments, they are not set up for that. It may look appealing on paper to compare the cost of buying one server compared to running one server in the cloud. You will find where that ROI intersects. There's a lot of hidden things that you are not taking into account. So I would recommend any company that is truly considering taking their cloud native software and repatriating it to be on-prem, contact me. Let me know why you think that is a good idea. Send me all the documentation. I'll sign an NDA. I'll sign whatever you want. Show me why you think that it is a good idea. And if one company is able to convince me, I will post a follow-up video to this proving that I was wrong in my opinion. And I so desperately want to be disproved because honestly, I can't believe that so many people are doing this. So that's my hot take for the day. In almost every single scenario, you should not repatriate your cloud native software to be back on-prem. If you agree with me, put it in the comments. If you disagree with me and you've done this before and you are successful and your name is not Netflix or Amazon or one of these really, really large companies, Let me know about it. I want to know how you succeeded. Again, Chief Take Officer / Chief Architect here at Keyhole Software, Zach Gardner. This has been my hot take for the day.